What I got here is a 2008 Aston Vantage paddle shift that needs a new clutch. So I'll show you what I've got going. I've got it pretty much all taken apart. It's about 2 foot off the ground. Jack stands. The transaxle came down. I put all the bolts back in, so I know where all the bolts go back in because there's about 100,000 bolts. So I don't want to get them mixed up. The little axles just come out. Very nice. They just fold to the side. I just dropped this straight down because there's a bunch of wiring on top of here that I couldn't really feel. I just know there was a wiring harness. I didn't want to disconnect any of that. I disconnected the hose on the back of the transaxle, the two hoses. Not a lot of fluid came out of it. I just wired the little reservoir up so it's not spilling everywhere. I disconnected ground wire there. Had to take all the exhaust off and everything, all the heat shield off before I got to this point. But anyway, I have this on 2 jacks, one there and one here, and I just jacked it straight down. I had to take the motor and jack it up so it comes down so you can get to the back of the motor bolts, and you can get to the transaxle bolts here that have the axle to it. There's the back of the clutch. I had to take the driver's side exhaust manifold off, the header off. I had to jack the motor up. And I just have these 2 pieces of wood there for the axle, you know, to lay on so it's not so far to drop. They're the little ignition plugs that I just unscrewed. Transaxle, it's a little heavy, so make sure you get those jacks under there good. And I strapped it too. I put a little strap around it so it doesn't fall off the jack. A little ratchet strap, so it stays on there stable when you're juking it out. And when you jack it up, make sure you take this bar and remove that bar, otherwise it's going to hit the manifold and it's, it's not going to come up. I got all the bolts off pretty much through here, little ratchet, just took it off. I oiled them up real good so the exhaust bolts come off nice. Probably do that the day before you start taking it apart. Make sure that oil gets in there so they come off nice and easy. So remember that, just to take that bracket off before you jack it up. You don't want to hurt it. I just use that to jack the front of the motor up. I removed the motor mount bolts to jack it up. And make sure your jack stands are under there good. I got 2 jack stands just in case. You never know, right? Better safe than sorry. And then I've got the axle, which took me a little while to figure out. You got to take these rings. They got 2 rings. There's 2 rings here, and I just had to take these rings off to slide this out, because if you don't take those rings out, this sticks further up all the way through here, and there's not enough room between the back of the engine, the back of this, and then the firewall to get it out. So you have to take that. You have to take that out. You have to get that out of there. So that help you out, because you'll never get it out without taking those rings off and sliding that axle out. And I haven't seen them on YouTube on explaining that. So that came off. You can take all this off. There's only 2 plugs. There's a plug here, and then there's the little plug for the for the clutch. So all that can stay on. I've already placed all this stuff in here, but all this stuff can just come out as one piece. So that's all new. So it's all good. And I use this little hose for the exhaust bolts, so I can get in there. You can't really get the can in there, it doesn't spray. So I just use this little hose and get in there and get that. And this is all the bottom of the car, all the skid plates and all that. And here's the top of the motor. Can't remember to take that off. And unscrew the little sensors for the catalytic converter. Take that off, and then the header comes off, and all that comes off. And I got all the parts from these guys in Britain. They were awesome. They're very knowledgeable. I got all these things. I got the exhaust pieces. I got all the new exhaust things for the pipe. I got new pilot bearings. So all this stuff, they send it all to you as one big kit. It's awesome. And also the sensor does come with the new bearing from those guys. So if you're looking for that sensor, the sensor does come with the bearing. That sensor right there. So if you're looking for that sensor with everything, when you want to, because you only want to take this out one time, that sensor does come with this bearing. So that was a cool surprise, because I was looking everywhere for this sensor and nobody has it. Because anyway, it comes with the bearing. So that's pretty much it. And I've got my new ratchet, my new alignment ratchet there, 13 millimeters and 19 millimeters. So that'll go, that's my little alignment. I got the idea from another guy on YouTube, which was awesome. And that just aligns in there and slips right in. And so that's awesome. So that's going to work out good. Got me 2 clutches. And that's about it. All the pieces got to go back into this thing now. It looks like it's going to rain, of course. And that's about it. Anyway, if you have any questions, give me a text and I'll see if I can help you out. But it's been about 4 days total. So I've never done this before, so it'll probably take maybe somebody else a little bit less time now that you know what you've got to do. I didn't see any of this stuff on YouTube as far as this axle. This axle was the most important thing. Getting that out. I was trying to get that out for a day. Couldn't figure out how to do it. I was going to take the motor out. But anyway, that's what you got to do. You got to take these rings off. Anyway. Hope this helps you guys out, and peace.